Oh yeah.
Yo, what up, 33? Tell me something good.
Everybody.
You know, they tell me life don't come with no menu, so we gonna take it a day at a time.
Man, about time you got here, man. Light your cigar, do whatever you gotta do. Get comfortable so we can get this game going. Oh, shit, what do you need to come out? Man, just hold your man, man. That's all you gotta do. Play some defense.
Man, too late, man. Domino, game.
Good days, great nights. Good days, great nights. Ooh, oh, oh. Make your favorite cigar. Some cognac.
Well, we back again. I'd like to thank y'all for tuning into the GoodDays, GreatNights podcast. Like I tell y'all all the time, it's always gonna be a good one. I think this one gonna be some of that high fashion. It's gonna be some of that today. So we can talk, have a good time, break bread. Those that don't know, I go by Cool Breeze Al, Alicia and Erickson's daddy, your auntie's new favorite podcast host. Some call me your uncle's best friend. It just depends on how you know me. You know me in the church, they call me Al, something like that. It just depends. So I got two cats here with me today, man. 2 out of the 4 of the members. Got a couple more accounting for as well. We're gonna do something special. My rule of thumb. It's important that people base it off of different things. Like I tell everybody, a lot of times they base it off of what they heard about you, what they seen, or what somebody told them. You know what I'm saying? They don't know the stories of 365 days, 2 years in a row. We running numbers. It's the victory lap. It's how we doing this. It's the marathon. It's how we starting the marathon. They don't know jumping off the port and you looking around and you're like, dang, okay. They match my fly, so we fly together. You see what I'm saying? They don't know what the Paisley mean. They don't know them numbers, but they think they do. So they base it off of that. So here we base it off of something different. I'm big on road trips. I don't know who want to go first, who want to go second. But whoever go first get to pick the place we're going to drive to. And we're going to jump in the sprint. It's about 10 of them. Mixed group. Where you want to go? Some of you. Where you want to go? So you, where you want to go? We can go any city. We can catch the bird. Then get in the sprint. Where you want to go?
I'm trying to think, man. I've been a lot of places. So I'm trying to think of someplace I really rock with every time I go. Let's say I'm gonna say New Orleans, man. I like it. Let's say New Orleans.
We go to the bounce.
Yeah. I like that bounce, that ratchet. You know what I'm saying?
So New Orleans, it's your turn to drive.
Straight up.
They don't know you. I know you.
Straight up.
You probably know you. A couple people in the truck know you. It's your turn. You get 5 songs in this moment that would kind of describe you as a person.
5 songs describe me as a person. I'm gonna start with the first one off the rip. It's gonna be Ron
Okay.
from the Frankenstein album, Type of Alumni.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, listen to that on the way here.
Get you motivated.
yeah, not straight up though, because it's one of those ones that's actually very, very personal. Obviously,
Yes, sir.
Ron is my brother-in-law. For people who don't know, like the father of my nieces.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I used to be his manager when he was at the height of his rap career. So it means a lot. And then those names that he's saying, like if you haven't listened to Turf Alumni, it's a 5-minute song, and 3 minutes and 15 seconds of that is shout outs to dead people and people in jail. Mm-hmm. So like he say about 120 different names, and like those names all, I ain't gonna say all of them, but a good majority of those names hit home for me too. He named family members in there that got taken from him, killed. You know what I'm saying? Friends killed, taken. People I've seen chopped down in front of my eyes. Like, you know, he mentioned that. So that's one song that always is gonna resonate no matter what. It'll always resonate. Number 2 is Nipsey Hussle, Face the World. from the Crenshaw album.
Okay.
That's just a song like, I don't want to go too deep into it, but like just listen to the lyrics. It's a very inspirational song, and it'll tell you, like, it really is a peek into our greatness and like how you're supposed to tap into that. 3, this is strictly just a music choice.
Talk your
like, just
talk.
rap.
Come on, man, give it to me.
Biggie and Method Man, The What from the Ready to Die album, like that's just rapping at its best.
The What, right?
Yeah, The What.
You at
My
3.
fourth song. My fourth song would be Stevie Wonder, Sir Duke. Stevie Wonder, Sir Duke. I can't listen to that song without getting into a good mood. Like, you know what I'm saying? No matter where I'm at with it, Sir Duke come on. A lot of people don't know it because of the name. Like, you don't know the name of that, but just Google it, listen to it. You'll know the song. It's familiar to everybody. Like, it's one of those ones that make you happy when you hear it.
Okay.
And my fifth one is Fela Kuti, Sorrow, Tears and Blood. Now that's more like
What is good? So you
it's more like a mini album. It's like a 13-minute song, but like Fela Kuti is a if you like Burna Boy, like he's pretty much copying Fela Kuti exactly.
Okay.
So go back and listen to Fela too.
And
It's like I'm serious. Like Burna Boy has copied whole songs.
Yeah.
Like go back and listen to him, check them out. They even like they got a Broadway play about Fela. So like he was deep. Africa 70, Africa 80. Those are his groups. Like check that out. Like, it's some music that is really tapped into, you know, our spirit. You know
Okay,
what I'm saying?
I got you. Okay, so we're gonna do it like this. You don't mind? Introduce yourself.
My name is Rich. I was about to give my full government. I ain't gonna do that. Rich from I'm one of the owners of Peddlers and Pushers.
Come on, talk that talk.
A dad.
Talk
to
that
3.
talk.
Dad to 3. My oldest son. I have to do this. My oldest son is a member of Black Star Kids, which is a group out of Kansas City, which is doing insane things right now. Got a U.S. tour coming up, starting in November, running through December. Gonna hit 28 cities in 40 days. Kansas City will be one of those. December 5th at the Truman. So come check them out, please. My son Ty Faison, his bandmates DeAndre and Gabe are also, you know,
That's what's up.
they're my children also. Let's put it that way. Like I care about them all like my kids, and support that. Other than that, like ex-military.
Yeah.
That's where I met this guy. Like, you know,
I'm gonna feel over there too.
that pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from the town, obviously Kansas City. I'm from the 50s, the heart of it, 55th. And my I guess like my family is very entrenched in Kansas City also. My grandmother is Marion Foot, some of y'all know who that is, based off like an apartment complex off 13th and Brooklyn. But she's also like one of the co-founders of Freedom. She sat at the table with Bruce Hart Watkins, Leon Jordan, and some others, and got that done, that dream done. She was also very instrumental. She led the charge of getting the Freedom Fountain built. Okay. Like, go check that out if you get a chance. And I mean that's pretty much, you know, like my history as far as the town go. Like,
Okay. Okay, no doubt. All right, sir.
What's going on?
My God, what's up?
What's up, family?
I got one cool cat out the way. Let me get the other cool
Oh
cat.
man, I ain't that.
So check this out. New Orleans.
Yeah,
My dog drove first. He didn't got us out the city.
yeah,
So your turn to take on us by what 12, 14, I think it is.
yeah.
So it's your turn. So we St. Louis. You got to get us out on the other side of Missouri.
All right. Let me see. I have not thought about it.
Okay, give me
I
five.
erased my list because of him. So I ain't gonna lie. He took Stevie. So
Stevie was the sheriff.
Stevie was a share. So I'm gonna have to start with that. I'm going All I Do.
Okay.
That's my song for Stevie. That makes me. It reminds me of my wife. It gets me emotional. It's a very emotional song. I'm gonna stay old school. With number 2.
Yeah.
Let's go Rufus. Stay.
Hey.
Shaka Khan.
right on.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a huge Shaka Khan fan. My wife hates this shit. I love that song. I love it. That's another song that gives me emotions. Reminds me of my dad. Number 3. Cherish the Day. Sade. Yeah. My dad, he never listened to rap. He never listened to rap. I got introduced to rap by my brothers. Early 90s, both my brothers caught life sentences. So I got the brunt of it. They was in the streets. They was out there doing what they did. They both got life sentences. You know what I'm saying? So that speaks for itself on what happened.
Right.
You know what I mean? So two more. So I have to get ratchet.
Come on.
I'm gonna go RJ, Mr. LA. I'm gonna have to go Nobody. That song right there just makes me think of my. It makes me think of my company.
Okay.
Ain't nobody gave us this shit.
Gotcha.
We earned all of it. We did everything. Like nobody taught us how to do this. Nobody taught us how to do anything. Like we literally learned everything from each other.
Yeah.
Sitting down. I'm still active duty military, so watching them smoke.
Yeah.
Me getting pissy drunk. Ideas coming to me in the middle of the night. I'm calling this guy. I'm calling that guy. You know, I'm calling the brothers, and it's clicking. It's catching on fire. So, where I'm at? Last one. That's hard. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was born in Norfolk, man. I'm gonna go rock and roll, family. I got to
rock and roll.
Yeah. I got a lot of family from Huntersville, so I'm definitely Norfolk. I was born in Norfolk. I was born in Norfolk, Virginia. I was raised in Virginia Beach. I do not rep Norfolk, Virginia at all.
If you don't know about Norfolk, Virginia, Huntersville, where he speak of, that's where family from. That's the illest part. Maybe Park Place. It's a toss up.
It's a
they right across the street from each other, so it's an ill area.
Yeah, it's an ill area. My dad is from a hood that's no longer there no more. It's called Lafayette Shores.
Okay.
My oldest brother is from Youngs Park,
Yes.
and my middle brother is from Oakley. Okay. I was born in on Valentine Road. And we moved into Oakmont North.
Okay.
That's another rough area. Yeah, in Norfolk. After that, I moved to the beach. I've been to the beach since in this neighborhood called Pecan Gardens.
Another rough area.
Virginia Beach is a different kind of hood. Our environments are better. You won't know you're in the hood until you'll
get chipped off in Virginia Beach because you think you're in the.
You think it's sweet.
Yeah. It's really the
It's
hood.
really not.
There was the other area y'all was telling me about. Shark.
Oh no, that's what they
that-
call
North-
That's
Norfolk.
what they call Norfolk. Period. It's Shark City. Like they have a saying, like Shark City.
You stop moving, you die.
Like, you know,
It's like a shark. If the shark stops swimming, they die. It's called Shark City.
It's real out there. It's small, but it's real.
Yeah.
Check this out. So do me a favor. You should so cool, cat.
Oh man, my name's Shoney, man. I'm a Navy guy, active duty. Been in the military. Next month will be 15 years till I retire in 20. So I got 5 more left. Born. I'm not from the town, but this is my second home, man. This is my second home. That's my brother. Like you said, that relationship with Double, that's there with me as well. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, his family's intertwined. He just is intertwined with my family in Virginia.
That's what's up.
Like I said, both of my brothers are on life sentences. Got a sister. She's with it too. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? It's all what it is. You know, it's all love. And, you know, as a collective, it's just. It is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prayerfully, we getting the brother back soon.
Yeah, man. My brother, he's coming up on the bill, man. So he's been down since '95.
Yeah.
So he should be home. It's looking real good. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he can see this. You know, he can be able to pull the phone out one day and see this one.
That's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Okay. So y'all got a clothing line, man. Y'all got a family. Y'all got a unit.
Yep. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to shortchange it by no means. 2012.
2012.
Officially.
Officially, the exact date is January 1st, 2012.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'll take it up. I'm sorry. January 12th of 2012 is when we actually, got our paperwork back, trademark, registered, all that.
Okay. Don't tell me the name of it, man. Let us know what it is.
Peddlers and Pushers is the name of it, and there is definitely, like I said, meaning to everything that you see on any piece. Like there's nothing just there for nothing. Even the name, means something. It means like the circle, 360, completing your circle. Like going from peddling to pushing. Like something to nothing.
Small time to big time.
Well, exactly. If you started with something, going from something to more, like, because everybody, this can apply to everybody. It's taking from one spot and pushing it further, like pushing it as far as you're capable of pushing it. You know what I'm saying? And then like also like I think making yourself a part of a team allows you and enables you to be able to push it further.
No doubt.
Like so that's important to me too. My brothers is important to me. Like so.
No doubt. Okay, so when we look at it, man, and I'm a fan. I'm a fan. So this past Saturday, man, I had a pop up, man.
Yeah. First one. First hosted one.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm walking in and I'm seeing like this is like some fly studio type stuff. Like I don't even think people knew what they was walking into. I had never been there. I never was there when it was the volume 1 or nothing like that. So when I walked in, you got the art going, you got it all flying out, and everybody in there, but they bringing that what we call the product of our environment into this, but still in a loving way, man. To see all that love.
Straight up.
How did that make y'all feel, man? Just breaking it down to.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I was super scared prior to, you know. I was nervous the day before anybody talked to me. I was on the bound with y'all.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I'm shitting bricks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was scared, and I calmed down a few minutes before. Like before the storm hit, I was calm. I was like, it's gonna be all right. You know, we on CP time.
Yeah.
11:45, it's gonna hit.
Yeah.
And it was right on the money. Like prediction of the weather was right. It happened.
No doubt.
And man,
It was just one of them things.
yeah, it was.
So do it take you back to like when you first, like at that moment, do it take you back to the peddling part of it? Like, are you still like embracing it to the sense like?
Yeah, nah, that's another thing about it. That's why I feel like our brand can grow and last because like it has meaning to it, and like no matter how far you push it, you're gonna get to a new level where you're starting over again and trying to push to the next level. You're always pedaling and pushing, man. Like it's always a revolution. You know, something that you're trying to get to the next level. Like that's. I would hope so. Like if you're not, then you're not living. Like if you just settled in on that level that you want. Like I'm not determined. I'm not saying how vigorously you should go after the next level. Like that's to each his own. Set your own pace. But like you shouldn't just be settling if you breathe. Like, I'm saying, it should always be something better, something more that you want. So yeah.
Do y'all remember the first design?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. I don't have it, but I remember it.
I got it.
Do you look at it now?
I got. It was 2 shirts. It was one that had the and sign, and it had. Oh man, he about to kick my ass for this. What's his name?
See, here we go. Yeah, Slick the
Slick.
Pusher.
Okay. All right. It was Slick. I don't want to say Slim.
Yeah. Slick. It's Slick the Pusher.
Yeah.
So it had our same logo.
Okay.
And it had Argyle.
Okay.
On the inside, and one of them had Paisley on the inside.
I wish we had the original, because it's still our original.
I have it.
Our primary
You got it?
original.
I don't have it on. Like I have the shirt.
So when you get back to the spot, if we get update this that week, I need you to update that.
I definitely. I keep like the one thing I started doing. I never told them. Like I'm creating a time machine of all our clothes.
Gotcha.
Like as soon as we get something in, I take a small and I tuck it. It's in my attic.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. I didn't know that.
He didn't know that.
I didn't know that. So that's dope. That makes me excited. Our first order though, I do remember this much about it. Shout out to JackPrints.com. That was the first people who completed the order.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Out of Cleveland.
That's dope.
Check them out.
That's dope. Okay, so being a husband, being a father, in the service, being a father, kids in the entertainment, adopting kids around the neighborhood.
Straight up. Yeah.
Not the big homie, but the cool uncle. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
24 hours a day. Pushing the brand. You doing everything else you got to do. How do you balance this thing you call life?
For me, I ain't gonna lie. For me, it's pretty simple. I just think you set your priorities, and you have a list of priorities. It makes it simple, man. Like you got 1, 2, 3, like, and if your time starts kind of getting stretched, like I'm gonna default to whatever the top priority is. Like so, like off the flip, my family is gonna get like a good 80% of my time.
That's dope.
That's what I do. Like I don't work a job. Like, you know what I'm saying, I have residual income. I don't work a job, so like my family is my job. Like, you know, so I'm gonna spend probably more than the average father. I'm gonna and husband. I'm gonna spend more of that time. Like 80% of my time is all about family, and that other percentage of time I get, I invest it into my other family. Peddlers and Pushers. Like, my life is very simple. I'm a boring dude though.
But there's nothing wrong with being boring. Because
Not at all.
I think just to kind of people.
Yeah, I've been lit.
Look, that's what I was about to say. Like,
prefer boring, man.
I've had those 4 summers.
Yeah.
You know, I tell all my partners a lot of time, like, you get 3 or 4 good ones.
Yeah, straight up.
Because after that, it's really an ongoing cycle. You see what I'm saying? You get those.
I look back at that lit time, and I appreciate some of it. A lot of it, I'm like, man, you're stupid.
Stupid. Just
Like
moving
20, 30 band weekends and stuff like that, man. Like, yeah, I'm cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool where I'm at now, honestly.
So do me this though. Check this out. We said 80-20.
Yeah.
What the 3 for you?
What the 3 for me?
Like, you gotta get a little piece of it. Like, I need a little.
Hey, this is gonna sound terrible, and I know it's probably not balanced, but like my piece, the piece for me really feel like I'm cheating. I'm getting like the 80 because like since day one, like I didn't have heroes like outside of my home.
Yeah.
My hero was my father.
That's dope.
And like that's what he was. It was just a full-time father, like you said, neighborhood father. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Still, he was still a guy that was with the shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So I just looked at him. And I just wanted to be like him, man. A good father, a stomp down nigga, like, you know. And so that part of it is like I'm living a dream almost. Like I didn't have any plans in life for real.
Right.
Besides that sound, other than like, you know what I'm saying, being a husband and a father, because like I saw that and wanted that. That's what I wanted to be.
So every day really is a blessing after that.
Yeah, man. Like I for real. Like that's why it's so easy to do it. Like I for real enjoy that.
Yeah.
You know, so
That's what's up. What about you?
What's the question?
You got 24 hours in a day. You at work.
I'm like the complete opposite, man. I'm active duty, man. So like my time at work is what it is. I can't not go to work.
Correct.
I can't call out. I can't do this. I can't come home sometimes. I gotta stay at work. I gotta go away. I've been married for a fraction of the time. I've been married for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like I run to him for advice,
Right.
and I run to people that's been there and done that before. And I try to run to people like that closer in age. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear from no 60-year-old because it's a different time.
Talk your talk.
But one thing that I've learned being married for 3 years is you got to reset and adapt. Like,
flexibility.
it's going to change. Like for me, like my kids get older. My wife knows me better. I know her better.
Right.
It could be day to day, minute to minute, month to month, year to year. It's growing. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that that's happening, it's you got to take a step back sometimes and reset your whole thing, and then come back at it like, okay, I need to fix this and make it even better. I'm not saying like how you were running it was wrong.
Right.
You're just coming back better.
So modifying.
You're modifying it and you're adapting. You're evolving as a husband and as a father, a service member. As you know what I mean. So I would say I try to do I'm probably gonna lie to you, man. I'm like at 40% with the family, man.
Yeah.
My position in my job right now is a lot better than it was last year. I was in a horrible position. I was in charge of so many people.
Right.
I was so stressed out from 4 in the morning until 4 o'clock. 1600.
Gotcha.
Military folks. I'm stressed out.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with grown people.
Right.
That you signed your life away, but I gotta come bail you out of jail. I gotta come do this, that, and the third. I gotta go to court with you. I gotta make sure you pay your bills on time. I got kids to do this for.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like I could be at home, but just because you don't know how to do this at work, you don't know how to do your job, but you've been in the Navy or you've been in the military for 6-7 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would say it would be like it's like a 40-40-20. And the only reason I would say it's a 20 to myself is because I just bought a new toy. I bought a motorcycle.
Okay.
So, like y'all know, I'm gone. Like you know, like I'm gone. Like if it's sunny outside or it's no rain, I'm on my bike. I don't care if it's -10. I don't care if it's 140, I'm on my bike.
Just take a ride.
And I'm taking my ride, and I'm taking different ways home. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to see stuff, ride through neighborhoods that I want to move into. I'll ride through, you know what I mean, seeing what I want to see.
So you said so basically in that 20, you still trying to find your balance of like the next.
Exactly. I still
Like you said, next level.
It never stops.
It never stops.
It never stops.
You know what I mean? And that's
if it does, then you're doing something wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hate to like point to certain people for examples because I don't really look at people like that. But like, dudes are rich. Like, you know, like if Jay-Z or Puffy or Bezos or Gates or whoever, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Warren Buffett still get up and chase a check every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like it's still always the next level.
Yeah.
So like that never stopped. And that's how I know that what we do will impact people just because like it has a meaning to it, and that meaning everybody can relate to, man. Like you're trying to get to something higher.
Right.
You're trying to get something higher.
No doubt. Okay, so when you look at that, man, can you break down like the time, but then you also break down our calendars together? And we was talking about calendars. You had other ventures and stuff that you had done prior.
Yeah.
You meet him and another cool cat.
Yep.
Y'all jump off. Y'all hanging out doing your thing.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about it, like how y'all got to it.
I'll just run down like my history, cause like my history definitely covers the whole span of the Peddlers and Pushers experience before we started Peddlers and Pushers, like way before. When I was living in Virginia, a roommate, still my brother to this day, a roommate of mine, Gavin from Staten Island, New York, he and I started a t-shirt company. It was called Rich and Gav.
Okay.
And it did pretty decent, like in the area, like, you know what I'm saying, amongst our friends, and even back here, like I had considerable amount of sales just for what we were doing at the time. It wasn't very efficient. It was just like, you know, we had a passion, and we tried it, and we kept trying to grow that, and eventually we all kind of fell off of that particular dream. Like our friendships remained, but like they weren't as invested in fashion as I was. Like the way I was raised, my mother like take me shopping at a very young age and had me put my hands on fabrics and feel stuff and learn the differences between stuff. So like it means a lot to me. So they didn't have that same level of interest. So like it fizzled out, and along the way I ended up meeting Shoney and one of our other partners, Javon. They were I was their supervisor in the military on deployment. So like what he was speaking about, like people causing you these issues, and like you have to be on deck for people that should be, they're grown and should be handling their own. Like that's part of the reason they ended up my partners. I didn't have to do that with them. So like we fostered that fostered a good relationship. I didn't have to be like parental with them. So like, we could be friends, and that led to this by because they were into fashion the same way I were. They were very fresh. Like always, every time we hit a port, like, you know what I'm saying, like the fit check was right. And once we got to talking about it, like their minds were in the same place, and we started tossing around ideas about a company. And I'm a creative writer, so like the idea of Peddlers and Pushers like just popped in my head. And I said that, and I was like, the name is dope. Like before we even heard the idea, because the original, I don't know if you remember this, the original spelling was like a pedal.
Okay.
Like not like pedaling, but like a pedal. Like, and it was like, man, we could do like some black skateboarder stuff. Like, and that was the thoughts originally. And like it quick, I was like, I don't know about that necessarily.
I'm from the beach, man.
Yeah. So I mean, that's part of it. But like out on the beach, like you'll skateboard to taking somebody's top off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's different.
Go left and right.
But like here, that's not like that. So like in my mind, like I was like, I don't know. Like I'm really thinking more like curb serving to like pushing birds, man. Like that's why I grew up around, like watching dudes go from that, like go from standing on the street corner to like, hey man, he's the dude now. Like, so I was thinking of it that way. I was like, because that applies to just more than one aspect of life, one area of life. Like there's lawyers out here trying to go from the curb server, like, you know what I'm saying, to the guy who's pushing. Like, you know, nobody wants to chase ambulances or whatever. Everybody wants to be like Johnny Cochran or something. So like, that's the same thing. It's no different. Like, you know, like so that part of it, meeting them, getting along the line, getting down the road with them, and establishing more ideas and kind of tossing those around, and then we met another guy who was a friend of, I want to say either Shoney or Jerron, both of them maybe, and he came up with a logo for us, and like that was really the birth. Like, once he sent us the logo, we was like, yeah, we going. Yeah, D-Will, shout out to Derek. And once we got the logo back, it was like, yeah, it's on. And like we got our first piece, and just been kind of doing it since. It's been at a slower pace, at our pace, because like we said, we got families, he got, you know, deployments, all kind of stuff. Right. So like our pace has been kind of choppy, but like now we're in the driver's seat, like steady, got our hands on the reins, we ready to go.
So I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna keep it funny. I got put on with a friend a while back. It's 2 stories, but 3 people here in the city had me up, and that was I used to work with Chiz.
Chiz, Chiz. Shout out to Chiz.
And Red.
Hey, shout out to Bez for real. Bez got every piece you ever made.
Yep,
every piece.
So look,
and then some actually.
So look, it was Twitter days, right?
Yeah.
And my dog, we used to be in this little IPD room, movement chemistry and stuff. And on Fridays, you could wear your joints down, like, because every other day you had to wear your pharmacy, you know what I'm saying, scrubs and all that you couldn't do, you know what I'm saying, you had to have polo on, or you had to have a jacket on. So he used to walk around and he playing Dom Kennedy doing this thing, because he gave me gold out penis, you know, he gave me, so I'm looking at him one day, like, bro, what did you got on? He's like, oh, that's my, you know, this is my people, right? And then, as well as Khalid, he wearing it. I'm like, bro, what is this? So now when I see his stories and stuff, and he got his hard hat.
Yeah, with the ampersand on it.
I'm like, bro, this is crazy. Like, it's going on. But what really got me, I got somebody that I consider my brother. You know what I'm saying? We talking one day, right? He like, yeah, I'm in VA. I'm out here, you know, with baby, we chilling. With Mikey, he like, we chilling. He said, hey, bro, you got to look online at these clothes I've been looking at, bro. They got some fly stuff. Because he like Diamond Supply and all of that type of stuff. And he was big on all of that, right? He like, bro, it's this line, it's this clothes line, right? So he's like, it's in VA, right? He's like, I think it's in VA, right? I said, okay, cool. Clubhouse come. I'm on the Clubhouse, right? And they start talking, and they like, you know who that is? I'm like, I don't know. They like, oh, we did. So it's Ace, Shoney.
Yeah, straight up.
You know what the cats, right?
Okay.
So I called my bro. I said, hey, bro, you'll never believe it, bro. I'm with the guys. He said, man, ain't no way. He said, bro, I've been looking at that. He sent me the website. I'm seeing the picture. Basketball shorts. You know what I'm saying? Like, he like, hey, bro, this. I'm like, bro, I just got through talking to dude. He like, nah. So that's why I was laughing at him, because I'm like, a full circle. You know what I'm saying?
It's a full circle.
I'm talking, he's pubbing it, bro. He's pubbing. He like, bro, you got a full.
I appreciate that too.
You know where he stay?
Where's that?
On my home, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You dig what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
On my home, Nebraska. Like,
yeah, you can't walk through Virginia with anything Peddlers and Pushers on and somebody not acknowledge it. Like, I had a jacket on one time just on the beach, and somebody ran up on me and was like, oh, you know Shoney? I was like, yeah, it's my bro. Like, oh, you want that bitch? I was like, yeah, it's me.
yeah.
So, yeah.
So that was mind blowing, bro. Okay. And I remember having a conversation with him one time. I was trying to get my shirts started. And he was like, bro, you gotta take stairs with this. Like, you know, so like he would, but it wasn't like you said, y'all went through trial and error. He like, hey, I'm gonna teach you how to fish.
It's up to you.
It's up to you to do the rest of it. You know what I'm saying?
Bring it in,
I'm showing that. What you think about, you know what I'm saying? This, he said, I do mine a little different, but you gotta find your niche, right?
That's what it's about.
But it was so much knowledge in that, because it was like, if I give you the answer, like people said before, you don't expect it. But if you go out there and do your own leg work, it was that. Man, I remember I just popped the box about a month ago. I'm on Clubhouse. I'm like, hey, it just dropped in. I'm hyped. You know what I'm saying? Because it was something that you took from the ground level, a dream,
straight up,
a vision,
straight up,
and the sweat and tears that go along with all the other failed ideas or ideas that maybe you said, hey, bro, I need to make a bandana, and I ain't make it the time I was supposed to make it. 2 days later, you look on the internet and somebody got a bandana and everybody going.
That happened gonna lie.
You see what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie. I for real, I called Shoney one time and was like, man, we gotta check our phone, man. Like, we
You see what I'm saying?
No, dead serious,
Right?
man. Like
Right.
we've had ideas that like we've literally came up. I've came up with something on the shitter. I've came up with something while I'm in the driveway at McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
Like shout out to Clubhouse. I was at McDonald's and I'm like, yo, this, that, and the third. I will call bro.
Yeah.
Yo, this is it. He like, yo, I fuck with it,
Yeah.
bro. Big brand companies have it. It's like
Nah. Hey, one story in particular. I had came up with this idea for a parka that had a. We didn't do it. We ended up not doing it because like it had the ampersand on the back.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying, Peddlers Pushers on the front. Not, it was somebody actually I got a sample made. Somebody tried to buy it off my back for like $600. And I was like, nah, it's a sample. Like you know what I'm saying. I got more coming. And then we log on to Nike one day. And like Nike. I don't even know why ampersand figures into Nike. They got a jacket.
They had a
with
jacket
ampersand on the back of it. Like
Yeah.
I was like, man, we gotta check our phones, man. Like that's crazy. Cause like where it was a couple weeks later, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
where does that come from? Like, how do you even incorporate an and sign into Nike?
into Nike. That
Like, you
makes
know
no
what I'm saying?
sense.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
It was trash. I was so mad.
Speaking of Nike. Speaking of Nike.
Speaking of Nike.
Oh yeah.
We got our bag back from them. No.
We got our bag back, man.
Back end, right?
On the back end, man.
Round it up with that.
Extended PNP member, man. My little cousin, man. Like we came together one day, and we started customizing shoes.
Yeah.
Customizing, like doing
Yeah.
this, that, and the third. Honestly, we made one shoe. The shoe went viral.
Which one?
We made an olive green shoe. It's not a PNP. It was just a regular shoe. It was just a regular shoe. We made it. I think it got shared, I want to say 20,000 times.
No doubt.
We were getting calls from, literally, we were getting calls from Africa. We was getting calls from Europe. We was getting calls. The States was the first 2 days.
Right.
People calling us through Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook calling us like, they don't even know who we are. Bro, I need a size 10. Bro, I need a size 20. I don't know, 12, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool.
Gotcha.
And I was just like, bro, like, I called him. I was like, hey, bro, can I use the ampersand? Like,
Yeah.
I know this is me and him doing
Yeah.
this on the side, but like, this is ours too. And he was just like, bro, y'all, like, he's family, bro.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and push the button. And that's what came of it, man.
Man, listen, it's something about taking gun bottom, bro. The gun bottom, but the texture of the shoe itself, man. I'm looking at this shoe
Straight
one
up,
day.
straight
So
up.
he
That
has
serrated leather is tough.
Listen, he drops it on the thing. He said, I ain't, you know, he said it's a divided family. This house, he said the house is divided. I don't just got the blue one, I got the red one too.
Yeah.
I hope they join up on my guy like this.
Got you. There you go, man.
Let me see that phone.
That's it right here. This is his personal pair.
Yeah.
I got a personal pair. I don't think I wore none of mine.
Yeah.
They got shredded leather,
Yeah.
smooth leather on the check, gold on the back, custom box, gun bottom.
I seen that, and I seen that.
We got a tag. That's the P. That's the ampersand. This is our
Yeah.
logo. This is our company logo. But this is my cousin, man. Just as much as you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Just as much as our shoe was his shoe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what's respect.
He came to me with the idea of creating shoes.
Right.
And now we got so many orders coming in, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, Ak is Peddlers Pushers.
Yeah, he really
I ain't
is. He really is.
much
That's not-
question for that. Like he was just jammed up legally when we started really rolling. So like, you know, he wasn't highly visible. He's already
Y'all see him on the website. Y'all see him everywhere.
Check this out. I was talking to my cool competition. He said it's all about time.
Yeah.
He just said it today. It's all about time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I had experience. I was going to Lowe's Hotel downtown. I went to shoot there. Well, he gave me the idea. Like, I don't want to go outside with it. We've been outside all week. Let's go outside, right?
Yeah.
I go in there. They kind of, they treated me away. He's like, it's all about timing, bro. He's like, once you get past that, you'll understand. Because I don't be understanding, like, I understand the highs and lows, but sometimes I just be like, that don't make no sense. You see what I'm saying? Because I feel like if I'm coming at you with some respect, I demanded that. And that's, that should be given back. When I don't get it, it just make you kind of look at things a little different. But real quick, man, I'll crack some things. So this is Drip, Ultra Pure Water. He signed on for the whole season 2. So I'm down to my last of the crevice. So
It's like that.
don't think I'm being rude, but it's to the crevice, you know what I'm saying? So I had to hold him down. I actually started on him, so I'm gonna finish him off. But I'll make sure that you get what you need.
Oh yeah, that's cool. You send me a link. You already know I'm gonna support, man.
Yeah, so he's in the city. He's in the city. He's from the city. He got a real good story, man. He also does the newspaper, the Dispatch. Okay. And he does that. David Johnson, I think his name is. I want to say Johnson, but dude is a cold cat. And he gonna come on, break down the metal can versus the plastic, all of this, why he did it, everything, man. So I gotta pay that. You know what I'm saying? Pay homage to that. Got my homegirl, man. She also signed on season 2. She from the city, man. She got a Show Me Candles company. I got Lit Life as well, Litwick as well. They came on, but she came on. She gonna do a discount code as well.
Okay.
With this, man, she got some good candles, man. This one right here is Plaza Spice. So the dope thing about her candles, bro, she uses different parts of the city.
Yeah,
So she, like this at the Plaza on this one. One say Lookout Point. I think one is like Cherry Street. She got different ones. The Laundry Mat on Main Street.
I love that.
Get a
cerebral with it. I love it.
So,
it has deeper meaning.
Man, so like I really fool with her, bro. She's been super dope with the whole thing. She's at Show Me Candles. You can find my dog Drip Ultra Pure Water. You know what I'm saying? So he got some things going. Both of them got some things going. I'm big on just like supporting each other. You see what I'm saying? So I really wanted to tell y'all thank you as well. We was talking online. Y'all agreed to do discount code. 13%. We're gonna punch it up. It's probably gonna be GoodDays 13.
Yeah.
And we'll as it comes out or whatever, we'll push it and that. And I appreciate that, man, because I really want everybody to kind of support everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Any way and anyhow we can do it. And sometimes people gotta see it first to understand it, because sometimes they don't get it from just seeing it on this side. They gotta really see the buy-in or whatever. So I do appreciate that. Oh, and I did give me a shirt today, so hey, listen, man, I was teasing my dog too. I said, hey, man, I'm a bigger cat, so I need some more fabric.
Yeah, he came at me, man. He came on my head.
He said, hey, man, listen, I need some more fabric. So, looking at this, man, looking at everything, bro, I'm big on legacy. Yeah. When it's all said and done, you talked about your grandmother, you know what I'm saying, with the freedom, and then with the Falcon. And then we talking about Peddlers and Pushers and all that. What do you want your legacy to be in this thing called life?
My legacy in this thing called life, I had mentioned my father earlier. And I mean that when I say I don't desire to be anything but as great as what he was. Just, he wasn't a superstar to the world, but to me he was. And it's just like showing up every day, man, for the people that really mean something.
Yeah.
And not just them, but also children, period, man, because I really feel like that's what life is about. I say this to people all the time. Anybody who talks to me on a regular basis, I hear this all the time. It's about paying it forward. That's what life is about. Because paying back doesn't give you anything.
That's true.
It doesn't yield anything. Paying somebody back, man. They gonna die with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Paying it forward. I actually mean that in every aspect, monetary, all that. But I know some people ain't like that monetarily. But the advice you give, the time you give,
right?
Pay that forward, man. Cause it's generations coming after us that need that attention, that need that bit of sauce that you got, that bit of wisdom that you got, a little piece of game that you got. Pay that forward, man. So instead of looking back and being man, this generation lost,
right.
you can look back and be they incorporating what I based on the things I said. That's how it go. So for me, that's what it's really about. Paying this forward. And that's why I want my legacy to be with my children. At the end of the day, for them to be solid, upstanding people that look out for what's coming, after them. And I can only kind of gauge it off what I'm seeing with my children. I have one child so far that has reached the the age of I got this on my own and is in the world as an adult and he's thriving. So I feel like I'm on the right path with that philosophy.
Okay.
Pay it forward.
Okay, no doubt. So then, my good guy, your legacy, what you want it to be?
I want this
Yeah.
Peddlers and Pushers to be here for
Okay.
my kids. That's it. I don't care about the money. I don't care about the any of the
We don't get that anyway.
the feasible things of it. Like,
Yeah.
I just want it to be here. My oldest son asked me, why do we have to be a store? Because I got all the inventory in my
Gotcha.
house. You know what I'm
Gotcha,
saying?
gotcha.
So he sees me walk into the garage, packaging and stuff up. He sees the printer. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm sending it out. And he's like, he asked me one day, he's like, why do we have to be a store? And I was just like, look around. Like, look around. Like, literally look around.
Right.
So we're sitting in the garage. You know, my wife has a nice truck. I just bought me a motorcycle.
What?
I have an old school.
Yeah.
I have an everyday car.
Talk yourself.
We have a beater. You know what I'm saying?
Right up.
Our grass is cut. Our house is pressure washed.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you have a real leather couch
Yeah.
that you're not sticking to. You know what I'm saying? You got a playroom.
Yeah.
I'm talking to him. You got a playroom. It's 3 Nintendo Switches in this house for kids. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't want for nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why you're
This is why we're a store.
Yeah.
So you can live comfortably. You're living so comfortably that when you go somewhere and they don't have what we have, you're looking like,
What's wrong with you?
what's wrong with y'all?
Yeah.
I was like, this is what it is. It's a bigger picture for a 7-year-old. You know what I mean? A 7-year-old, like, I wouldn't probably understand it neither. But I've seen since we had that conversation, he stepped up as a boy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now that he has a baby brother, you know, he's 2 years old now. He's walking around, talking, he's learning, you know what I'm saying? And he's like literally being his mentor.
That's
Nah,
awesome.
that's not what you're gonna do. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, mom and dad ain't putting up with that.
They ain't going.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's dope. It's super dope. You know, my daughter's the oldest. You know what I mean? She's, you know, she's the princess. She's gonna get what she wants. You already know how it goes, man. You got girls, man. Y'all got
Right.
girls, man. So,
girl dad.
you know what I'm saying? So we know how that go. You know what I mean? But we already know as black men we got 2 strikes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My mom told me this at the age of 4. Like, my dad wasn't really around like that. My dad was on drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, he worked. He was a functioning drug addict. You know what I'm saying? Like, he still played ball. My dad was still a big dude. Still went to the gym. But, you know what I mean? He played with drugs.
He played.
He played. So, like, my mom told me, like, you ain't got no room in that stuff.
Right.
Like, I don't know how much I could cuss on this.
What do you think?
Like, she told me this is telling a 4-year-old, like, they can't fuck you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And y'all ain't related. So you got 2 strikes against you already. You know what I mean? Like, a black woman, you know what I'm saying? I could be their wife. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's what she's telling me. But she was like, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You don't get them.
You don't get that luxury of having just 1 strike. You know,
Right.
of just being black. You a black man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't use that word. You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
So, you know what I mean? You telling a 4-year-old that kind of made me like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Let me, you know, take a step back. You know what I mean? And, okay, maybe I shouldn't play all the time. Let me go help my mom clean up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it just grew into what it was. And, you know, now I can say I'm pretty successful. You know what I mean? I'm 32.
Gotcha.
I retire in 5 years. I'll be 37. And I will not have to work no more.
Right.
I will work with my brother.
Yeah.
Like, that's gonna pay the bills.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just, I want my legacy to be there. Like, it's gonna be full press. It's about to be real big press, but it's gonna be full press when I retire.
Yeah, something solid. And that really kind of feeds into what I was saying, like something solid for those who come after us to stand on. And even tapping into what he said about the 2 strikes, like, that's real. Like, I talk about this in a different way. Like, I usually, like, I'm like a pop culture guy. So I use, like, the analogy of, like, the Matrix. And how, like, when Neo sits down in front of Morpheus and gets the choice between the pills, and one pill is going to give you, like, you're going to be able to forget that this is happening and go back to your life as normal and forget that there's real stuff going on. And one thing is going to open your eyes to the real. I just know that we get fed, you know, I'm sorry because I watched the movie all the time, but I'm struggling to remember which pill is exactly what. but like, you know, red and blue pill.
Yeah.
Like, we get the pill that is gonna force you to see the reality fed to us at birth. We don't get a choice, really.
That's true.
We feel like we get a choice, though. So you have some people out here, you have some guys out here who are living in purple land. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you think out here on the blue pill, but you got forced the red pill, and like now you out here, you pop the blue pill too. Now you out here living purple, but like they'll erase. You know what I'm saying? That non-reality real quick for you when you black. Like, and some of us out here just living and dealing in the reality of it, and like, you know, like I was one of those people that just lived in the reality of it, cause like just like Shoney said with his mom, my parents got me that early. I was raised by 2 militant parents, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I got that early. Like, I talk about this all the time too. Like when we talk about like black people, and then we talk about niggas. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I tell people off the flip, like, I'm a nigga, and I embrace that because, but my definition of nigga is different. It's different for each person, and for me, a nigga is like somebody who knows the reality that we have to face, and instead of trying to rise above it and ignore it, like I dig into it and embrace it and find like the good within it. So like, cause there's some people who can't rise above it. Like I can. Like I can. Like I could not ever have to deal with anything that comes along with hood life. I decided to move, not directly back to my hood. My hood's still kind of wild. Yeah. But adjacent to my hood, in the 50s, close to home. Like I could throw a rock to my neighborhood I grew up in. Right. Like because like I know there's still people in that's trapped, stuck, still trying to get out of it, and they can't get out of it, find a way through it. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like that's important to me. I tap in with those people every day. Like I'm not anti black person, like people who rose above and went to the suburbs and stuff. I'm just not truly concerned about a 17-year-old boy whose car broke down so he can't get to see his, you know, girlfriend or whatever. Like it's another guy out here juggling whether to pick up that ooh-ah. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's another guy out here juggling whether he should scam or sell that drug to help his mom out. Like, I'm worried about that. And I feel like that's what nigga is. Like, nigga takes that and embraces it and locks in. Like, niggas create room for black people. Yeah. Like, black people just want a space to exist. Yeah. Like, within this system. Right. And niggas understand, like, they're not gonna give us that. They're gonna take that. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a guy from the Kansas City. Quick little history lesson for people who might not know. It's a guy from Kansas City named Alex Harris. Mm-hmm. And he was responsible for writing the Section 3 law into the books. And Section 3 is like a third of all construction contracts have to go through the hands of black people. Like, you gotta put originally blacks, but now it's just minorities. It has to go through their hands, like, because like y'all freezing them out. You gotta put them in that. I sat down and talked to him. He was a friend of my grandmother's also. I sat down and talked to him, and the way he told me that happened was like, it wasn't easy. It wasn't me writing letters. It was like, I would go and get like some real stomped down niggas to come with me, and they would come armed and line the walls, like, you know what I'm saying, of these chambers while they were passing these bills and laws and stuff. He was like, we thugged our way to this, like, you know. And this is back in the 60s and 70s. Right, like, he sat in the office with Richard Nixon and signed Section 3 into law. His son sat on Richard Nixon's lap as he signed that into law. Like, you don't get there by being passive and going along with the flow. Like, you got to cut against the grain to get into those positions. And, like, in my opinion, it's niggas that do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just my definition, my interpretation of it. So, like, yeah, that's where I stand on that. Like, so, yeah.
So, I think that's dope because when I look at, like, my pop, he worked in the union, one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? Cranes operators, all of that. And I remember him, like, telling me, like, a young cat, like, man, because I wanted to shoot ball, I wanted to play in the NFL, I want to do all that stuff that most kids grew up doing. But let me get you a trade too. Straight up. So, I tell everybody he retired this year. You know what I'm saying? We had a little function for him. But to think about it, I seen this man go to work and he'd be dog mess in his seat. This is in the 90s, 2000s.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't change.
And so, but my dad was a firm believer of, I don't have to earn your respect. That should be given. Because in the Bible, in the sense of the world, you're gonna give it to me. Like, because I'm already respecting you when I come in. I remember them hot days, him being in the sun with the Gatorade cooler on the back of the truck. I remember him picking me up from school in in the big work truck and the drop down, shifting down, and he like, hey, can you go wash my overalls? Because I got to go to work. You know what I'm saying? Steel toe boots. I remember my mom working, you know what I'm saying, as, you know, housekeeper at Historic Suites back in the day. This is back when, at the upstairs, before you run out to the Chase as a kid, you know, for your prom, you go to Historic Suites. You see what I'm saying? So all those things are true in the sense of you have to have the pride to go through it. I think a lot of times, man, people leave, and they leave in the intention like, I want my kids not to be around this. And that's dope. I think that's dope, but I think you still gotta come back through every now and then. It can't be like Johnson Family Vacation where you bring them just for the summer and that's it. Like, you gotta let them really see. Your kids gotta see not everything you went through, but they gotta be there too. You respect it because, like you said, you got all these game systems. My son come hanging with me. He go to my mom's house. He go to different family members' house. Bro. It's a tablet everywhere he go, and it's my tablet. Yep. And everybody's saying, yeah, it's your tablet. My daughter, when she goes somewhere, she not asking for McDonald's. She asking for Longhorn and Gates. And, you see what I'm saying? Because the kids are so like entitled now, bro. Like, and it's shame on us, but at the same time, shame on me for wanting my kids to know the better things.
No, they deserve it, bro.
You see what I'm saying?
That's you being a good father.
You see what I'm saying?
Like, straight up. My kids hate McDonald's. I make them eat it.
Yeah.
They want Chick-fil-A. They want Longhorn Steakhouse and this, that, and
yeah.
third. They go to Longhorn and get chicken strips.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, bro, you get it at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? For cheap. But it's just, we didn't have that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I came from, my mom and dad split when I was 7, 8. So like, majority of my childhood.
Yeah.
I was the man of the house.
You gotta get that. You know
what I'm saying? My mom would come to me and ask me straight up, like, do you want the cable to be cut off or do you want the water to be cut off?
Straight up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
should make decisions like that at 8.
It'll change you though. It'll change you. Make you look at the world.
Make you look at the world different.
Yeah. The world's no longer half, you know what I'm saying, half full, it's half empty on that type of stuff. When you looking at that and you gotta embrace it, bro, you look at it like, man, I ain't, you know, I tell everybody, bro, I was 13. My dad told me, and it wasn't bad. I done raising my kid. He was in the middle of a heated situation. But he said, man, you old enough to know better than me. Like, I gave you everything that I can give you. Whatever you go find out here in these world, it's on you. Like, he like, hey, I'm done. It broke me down, bro, for a long time, man. I had resentment. Because I'm like, bro, you my daddy, you supposed to be here forever. He like, hey, you 13, bro. You're a young man, you smelling yourself. You already jumped off the porch when I told you to keep your innocence. Because you want to be grown. I told you, once you peek behind this curtain and get with these girls, it's gonna change your dynamic of life.
Everything.
I don't got the story to say I threw the fastball at 97 miles an hour as a little kid and all that. I can't tell you that I hit the jump shot at I can tell you it was days in middle school and some AAU ball a little bit here and there, but high school, I don't have those stories because my mom was so trapped in popularity and women. You see what I'm saying? And if I don't do this, they won't respect me for this. And I gotta be with this section because this is where I'm at. And then when I'm going to my mom's house, I gotta rep this section even though I'm down here. You know what I'm saying? I came way different. I'm Wyandotte County. You know what I'm saying? They looking at me different when I'm coming to Missouri, but they like, dang, he's the cool cat. But you don't understand. I have to be around other older cool cats to see that. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's dope, man, when it comes to like your legacy, man. But you just want to be. I think that's dope that you want to, that you inspire to be your dad. He was your hero. You see what I'm saying? When I hear you talk to, you know what I'm saying, to your youngsters and how you police them in the sense of a loving father, bro. It's a lot of times, man. You got to think a couple years ago, it was cool to call him little nigga. You know what I'm saying? Get your ass up, and that's how they talk. Like it was, you seen that. So to change the dynamics now and be able to be like, hey son, come here. Sit right here. Hey, I love you. Hey daughter, come here. You know you my back. Like that's now cool.
That's one thing that I definitely had. Speaking more on my father, that's one thing that I definitely had. I'm appreciative of because my father didn't. I mean, you can't. Like you know that he didn't waste time trying to change the spots, man. Like you know what I'm saying. Like he was what he was. And my pops was a stomped down street guy.
Yeah.
But he also showed me that you could do that and still be a family man. Like you know what I'm saying. Like I until my father's health kind of started declining. Like I remember like plenty of days like where he would be like, "You're not going to school today. Fine, you can stay home from school today. I'm gonna take you and show you like what I do." Like you know what I'm saying. And like my pops used to have a bingo hall over there in the Blueview Shopping Center right over there on 47.
Okay.
Right town.
Okay.
It was a bingo hall, and like bingo halls are really usually like you see them as like a Catholic church or something like that because it's charity. Bingo halls are supposed to be charity, charitable organizations, but they finagled something and the charity became home. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And between him and his partners, like I remember like 8, 9 years old watching them sit back and run up like. It's like a 3-4 year period, man. Like, and watching them just run up millions in that time frame. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was a time in my life where we went from living in the hood and watching the shit that happens in the hood, and my pops being able to have a little bit of money and trying to stay on top of that money by staying in the hood where it was affordable and stuff, and watching them have to really, really apply the hustle because, like, I'm sitting there on the porch and watch somebody get their noodles knocked out right in front of my house. Like, you know what I'm saying? 8 years old. Like, now we gotta move.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, moms and pops are the ones around that. Pops turn the hustle up. I'm watching this, though.
Yeah.
I get an opportunity to go in now.
And see the volume go up.
And watching him, like, hey, gotta handle some business. Take this $100 bill and go sweep outside. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because they was getting to it. But also being, like, I'm a father still.
Yeah.
Like, I'm stumped down. I'm gonna chase it, but I'm a father still. And that's where I guess I learned, like, the priority. Because my father was always after her dad. But nothing came before us.
That's
Like nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So you do look at it like now when we say like your imagination, right? Your imagination start to go on. Your imagination to keep turning the corner every day, right? You believe in your heart of heart like you're doing your kids a service. I think with the podcast, it was me reinventing my imagination. It was me falling in love with my dreams. Because like you said,
Can't give up on
but you get to a place where the world only shows you this, and this is what you got to do. You have to have a job. You have to do this. Yeah, you do. But it's a few people that if they crazy enough to jump off the ledge,
Hey, for real.
they'll be great.
For real. You gotta take that leap.
You see what I'm saying?
You gotta take that leap.
So with that, I really think that what you're doing, your brand, is like really channeling your imagination. So it's the service for your kids, like for your kids to see you do certain things. Do you think that is like you helping their imagination, or just like kind of like saying like, hey, you don't gotta settle for this or that, or how you look at it?
Yeah.
Like I'm like asking, like, do you think that's what it is?
For me, I can speak from my experience. Like, and I hate to keep going back to I don't. I love going back to my son because like he's a success. My oldest son, like, is that was my first experience in parenting.
Yeah.
And I decided with him that we don't take this how you want to. A parent doesn't choose a kid's path in life, no matter how much you want to.
Yeah.
Like, you could want a doctor all day,
Yeah.
but if he gonna sell cabbie, he gonna sell cabbie. Like, you can want, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can want a lawyer all day. If he gonna join the service, he joining the service.
That's where he's going.
So, but while you're wasting your time trying to get him to be a lawyer, he's choosing the lowest route to go in the service when you could be helping him find a higher route in the path that he's choosing. So, like, my thing was always just like helping my kid choose a higher path. My oldest son came to me at like 7. Actually, the first time he got involved musically, he was on a Ron Ron mixtape. It was like a hood tape, a Charlie Brown tape. And he did the intro. He rapped the intro at like 4 years old.
Yeah.
And was like, this is what I want to do. And at 7, he came to me with a plan.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because my son is 20 now.
I remember
and that
that.
plan hasn't changed, actually.
And
like, he set it down. He's still following that same plan. He set at 7, and it's working.
Yeah.
Like, my son, my son will be able to do whatever the hell he pleases financially based off of music no later than 2022. Like, in life. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things. And I feel like the reason why is not because of me. The only thing I did in that was like gave him a space to be able to roam that path. And I was a fence as opposed to a checklist. And I feel like that's why you need 2 parents, honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe I understand the times being the way they are. They might not be in the home, but I need to be on the same page. It needs to be 2 parents. One parent could be a checklist, and that's usually what mothers do. Mothers want to know, like, eat, do this,
That's what it is.
wash, you can't clean your ears, you brush your teeth. Whereas I feel like a father should be more like a fence, like where it's like, this is a space that I want you to roam. Everything outside of this is I don't want you to do. Like, there's gonna be some stuff that you might step in a pal or something here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
What it is, yeah.
you might get bit by a little bug over here inside the fence. That's fine though. I know that's not gonna kill you. I don't want you outside the fence. And that's how I was with my son. Like, Rome, experience,
That's dope.
find yourself within it. But I'm gonna be here to make sure that you don't go too far. I tell all my kids the same thing. Like we have a saying, and it's Princeton or the penitentiary. Like, you know what I'm saying? I tell them like straight up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna sit here and like. It's kind of like what your father said to you. Like, once you get to a certain age, I know you don't want me holding your hand.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm gonna allow you to roam, but I'm gonna be that fence. I'm gonna be that person that's there at the end, no matter what happens.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to help guide you down the path, but if that path ends up leading you to the penitentiary, when you get out of there, I'll be there.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna be there, or if that path leads you to Princeton, you graduate and you walk across that stage, I'm gonna be there.
Right.
Either way, I need you to know that I'm there. I'm a support no matter what happens. I'm not gonna encourage everything because some things are wrong, but like I understand too because I made bad decisions and my father never gave up on me. It's one thing he always used to tell me, like, no such thing as a loser in life.
Right.
You can't lose in life. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, there's time on the clock.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And miracle comebacks happen every day. As long as the clock is ticking, you can't be a loser. You might be losing,
You got time?
but you got time.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like that relationships, not just with my kids, with my homies, all that, like, I don't give up on people.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I might not be able to go with you, but, like, I'm always here. Like, you know, so.
No doubt. So looking at it, and you know, we about there. If you was to give somebody a piece of game, and not just the fashion part of it, because you got to look at it. Like I'm looking at China, you got orange shirt on, you know what I'm saying? My guy Pendleton on, you know, shorts on, Nikes on. Everything got a flyness to it. When it goes to fashion, we kind of, you know, we really the cool. You know what I'm saying?
Like, nothing's cool until we say something.
So like when I see that, and like I said, I walked in that room and I seen everybody got on different pieces, man. If you got some free game that you can give to an upcoming person that wants to get into fashion, what would you say?
I'm gonna say it's not even about fashion. This is how I got to where I am in life.
Yeah.
Same way that I'm gonna say his rap name. Same way that Tom Faison said it at 7 years old.
Yeah.
I did the same thing when I was 8 years old. I had this whole plan.
Yeah.
I had a plan. You gotta have a plan. I knew when I graduated at 17, I was gonna join the military and retire at 37.
Yeah.
I knew this.
Yeah.
I knew this from the time I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
I couldn't even write an essay at the time. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I was a child. I knew this is what the hell I was going to do.
Right.
And I stuck to it. I was 17 years old.
Yeah.
I've been around the world already.
Yeah.
I was already in the military.
Yeah. That's how you had told Cat at Gates. I did it twice. So that's dope.
I've been around the world 3 times. I done lived abroad for 4 years.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I lived abroad for 4 years before I turned 30.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That's dope.
Like, I done seen majority of the world. I done been through a lot more shit than people like us go through.
Yeah.
And
Got arrested in Italy.
Yeah.
Flipping the bars.
I got arrested in Italy for drug trafficking.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
17 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this before I could buy cigarettes, bro.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just a kid from Virginia Beach.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know no Italian. I don't know nobody here. I ain't never been out. Like, at the time, I think I've been to KC, I've been to Indiana, I've been to New York,
Right.
I've been to Florida. Other than that, I ain't been nowhere else. I ain't been nowhere before that. And you just gotta stick to that plan. I could have, after I got arrested, I could have like, man, forget this military stuff. And I could have left. Off that deployment, he had left. That's my mentor. That was my mentor at the time. I was following him. You see what I'm saying? And I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I stuck to the plan that a child created. Like, your imagination and your creative energy as a child is so strong and it's so truthful. Like, you already know yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're growing. You know your raw self. Your foundation is already there today. You know what I'm saying? I done seen what happens to people when they don't have a father. I got 2 brothers that got life.
Right.
I've never lived. My oldest brother has never been a free adult. He's been locked up since he was 17. He 40 something now. Like
Yeah.
44 or some shit like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he's never been an adult.
Mm-hmm.
He's never been able to go and buy liquor legally. You know what I'm saying? He can drink before it, but
Right.
it's never happened. Stick to your plan. Like, in the grand scheme of things, stick to your original plan. You're going to tweak it here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know that Peddlers and Pushers was going to be a thing. I didn't know I was going to be a creator. I didn't know I was going to be a designer of any sort. I knew that I was going to do something.
Mm-hmm.
That first plan, that original plan,
Led to the other.
it was the foundation that led to all the other steps.
Right.
And that's how I got there. So whoever's coming up, doing whatever you do, I don't care if you're starting a nail business, I don't care if you're drawing, you're a graffiti artist. I do graffiti. You know what I mean? I'm talented with it. Like, do that.
Yeah.
Do that. Like, stick to you know what I'm saying? I grew. That's what my dad gave me. My dad, he wasn't there a lot. He taught me how to draw very well at a young age. I was 5 years old. I could draw a portrait of my mother. People didn't know that. I showed him a book that I drew. He was just like, "This is you." Yeah, this is me. Like, I drew all of this in this book. I gave my daughter a picture that I drew with a black Sharpie. She doesn't believe that I drew it. She thinks it's a print off. No, it's me. Like, I really can do this. And you just got to use what you got. Stick to your plan. And when you meet people like this, all you got to do, put what they give you in the toolbox.
Yeah.
And keep working with it. That's it.
That's real.
That's all you doing, bro.
That's real. That's real. What you got?
Advice for anybody coming up. I'll give you first off like some technical, then I'll get into more like life type stuff. Technically, like if you're doing like clothing, I'll speak
Specific, like the ocean.
Specifically. Specifically. There we go. I can pronounce that shit.
Inside joke.
Yeah, it's an inside joke. My bad.
Nah, I'm good. Hey, but I feel like learn the language.
Yeah.
Like we spent a long time like trying to learn the language, like not getting what we wanted exactly produced. Like if you're gonna be getting it produced by someone else, learn the language. And if you're not gonna get it produced by somebody else, then learn the things necessary for you to do it yourself. And we span both. Like COVID really pushed us into a situation like you know like what song is that? I can't remember what exact song, but it was a jig of mine where he was like, you know, I put out the pot when we was out of options. Like COVID really put us against the wall.
Yeah.
Like we had an order that was supposed to come in and it got messed up. And it didn't come. The mail was messed up and we had lost some money behind it. And I was sick and Shoney was sick and I took a trip to VA and I'm telling you exactly how this new iteration started. Like I took a trip to VA and I saw a hoodie in there that I was like, it gave me an idea. And I was like, I went thrift shopping and I saw a hoodie in there.
Yeah.
They gave me an idea and I was like, I went home.
Yeah.
And I painted on it to get the look I wanted. And that just like kind of burst something when we started painting clothes. And like, honestly, bro, like you was asking earlier about like the feeling about the pop-up.
Yeah.
Like I was extremely nervous. I didn't get nervous until probably like 10 minutes before. But like when it started, I was extremely nervous.
Right.
I wanted it to go well, man, because like prior to that, man, I had spent probably about a month and a half, like 7-8 hours a day, like painting clothes, bro. Like all that's hand painted. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't no machines, it's nothing like, you know, sitting down. Good.
It went up. I'm gonna press record though.
Okay. Good. Okay, yeah. Sitting down, you know, knocking it out. My wife coming back there and calling it a sweatshop. I got clothes everywhere. Like, you know, so like that part of it, learn the craft, learn the language, most importantly the language.
Yeah.
Like I went in trying to order stuff and I'm like, I need this many inches. I was like, we don't work in inches. Like we work in centimeters.
So
like, like we don't work in ounces, we work in grams. Like tell me your gram weight that you want. Like there's prescribed gram weights. Like you want a heavy hoodie, you need to know like which companies, because every company don't produce a 400 gram hoodie. Like you might want a 500 gram hoodie. Like you gotta go to certain manufacturers that do that. Like just learn the ins and outs of it, educate yourself on that. As far as though, like just accomplishing and doing stuff outside of clothing, period, in life, like he said, man, like dedication and sticking to a plan. Like you got to develop a script. The script may change a little bit, but like the general idea of the script will lead you in the direction you're trying to go, man. Like, and that's really what it's about. Getting everything that you got going for you headed in the same direction. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that way you're not turning around and deviating and slowing stuff down. Like, you're moving forward at your pace, but you're moving forward. Like, you don't want to. You just want to quit moving backwards, man. Like, everything that you do should be a move forward. Understanding that life is going to throw some things at you, and you have to move backwards. So you don't want to do that yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're going to make all your energy dedicated to moving forward.
No doubt.
That's the overwhelming thing for me, man. Forward motion, man. About everything in life, forward.
No doubt. My last question. Emergency contacts.
Okay.
COVID. Just talked about how it goes down, how it happens. All of that, right? Something happens. Get a car. Something happens. Who the first person calls you?
Oh man, my list is already my phone. My emergency contacts are already getting called.
Who you call?
It's the first one.
Who you call?
First one, I gotta call my wife.
Okay.
I gotta call my wife. Like, I call my wife when it's a life and death.
Yeah.
And if it's an emergency advice, it's him.
Okay. Hold on.
Uh-huh.
Wife don't answer. Rich don't answer. You call?
I got my best friend, Monterio Woodhouse.
Ontario.
Yeah.
I've known this dude since I was 4 years old. I met him outside in Pecan Gardens, Virginia Beach, picking 4-leaf clover.
Shout out to Terry.
Okay.
Like, people literally selling crack right in front of us.
Picking clovers.
We picking clovers together, and like our first little instance of together of like trust, we found like a whole bunch of 4-leaf clovers. We had a whole pile of them. Like, cause people, like, he didn't believe they were real, and I was like, bro, they're real. I found like we found like 5 of them.
Yeah.
We took them and we put them under a rock, and it's really like all the D boys in the neighborhood right there, and we put them under this rock, and I was like, bro, I'm gonna meet you here at the same time tomorrow. Like, he could have went out there after we both went in the house and took them. You know what I'm saying? I could have did the same thing.
Yeah.
We met out there at the same time, and we've been rocking since then.
That's what's up.
Since then, man, and like, you know, we both done grew, married, kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my brother. Like, same way that's my brother's my brother. Like, yeah.
That's what you call.
That's what I'm calling.
Rich, what you got? Something happened. Who the first person?
Man, I mean, same thing, kind of with him. Like, the first call is automatically my wife. Man, I've been married. I'm my 15th year of marriage.
Just dope.
And I've been with my wife for like 23 years. So, she's obviously my first call. She knows more about me than anybody. It's probably except for my parents.
Right.
If she don't, I mean, and that's only in certain situations. Like, if I find myself in a situation, it's like stick talk or something like that. Like, I'm calling Shoney or Double or Ron. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I got calls for different situations. But if nobody answers though, like the people I rely on normally don't answer.
So the reason why I say this, last year, darkness.
Okay.
Like, I had homeboys, I had family, I had mom, dad, all of that. The person that I loved the most, that I would call for everything, was the person that I couldn't call.
Straight up.
Yeah.
That was the person that I didn't need my contacts to know the number. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We spat. You dig what I'm saying? We had a tough spat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the number I wanted to call.
But you can't.
Can't call. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I tell people all the time to have people. That's why I ask you about your time and out of 100% to save 5 for yourself and all that. I tell people all the time, bro, we depend on this joint so much that we lose track of like writing numbers down. Remembering numbers. You know what I'm saying? You're on the side of the road. If this thing stop working and you call yourself walking into a gas station and they got a phone, you gotta whip that thing out. Ain't no chargers left. Ain't no iPhone chargers. We only got Android.
That's funny that you say that
saying?
because my answer was about to be one of my sisters. Those are only 2 numbers that I know off the flip.
That's
like
dope.
off the top of my head, like I can call those numbers without a phone. Like I can go to a pay phone and call those numbers. I can go to somebody's house phone and call those numbers. And probably just because of the pecking order, I'll probably call my big sister first.
That's dope.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So my big sister Patrice, she came to the pop up and held us down as the cashier. So like, shout out to her too. Both my sisters, Kelly and Patrice, but like I would call in order though. Like,
That's dope. That's dope. So like I said, man, it's more or less of trying to have the balance of just having people around that's gonna push you. And as you said, I think what we're gonna come up with is probably the full circle, the next level. So I think that's dope. I thank y'all, man. I appreciate y'all because I knew you was coming in and you was gonna pop up, so I wanted to make sure that I got y'all in.
I appreciate you,
because I like what y'all do.
Thank you.
Like I said, I walked in there the pit Thursday to see like the unity.
Yeah.
Like with men, especially black men, you don't see that. Like everybody kind of feels like I'm this, I'm that. Right? So they say like Shoney coming, but the whole time he's like, man, I'm just, hey, let's have a good time.
Yeah,
I meet my guy and I'm like, what's up? He's like, hey, what's up? You good? Like, it's love. You see what I'm saying? Those things are so far and rare these days.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be Marlo off the wire.
They want to be that guy.
They want to wear the crown.
They want to be that
They
guy.
gotta have their season to wear the crown. So to see that, it was dope. So if anything y'all got coming down the line later on, man, make sure you let me know and I'll be there. And you know, so anything I can help out with this, anything, do me a favor, give me your handles so they can reach out.
Okay.
You got handles?
Hold on, man. I don't know what I got going on.
Handles, I really only have one because I don't engage in social media, man. Like, I really don't, man. Like, I got a Twitter in, like, 2009 when it first really jumped off, deleted that, started another one in 2010, and that's where I'm at with it. Just Rich, 55th. Just Rich from 55th is JUSTRICHFRM 55TH.
Okay.
That's me.
That's it.
That's the only place you see anything
I'm
else.
telling y'all, man, if y'all want to read a good book,
Yeah.
follow him.
Hey, yeah, nah.
He gonna throw the books out.
I give a lot of game
It's
on
a
my
book.
I give a
It's a
lot of
book.
game on my Twitter just because I feel like, hey, man, like it ain't. I guess I'm unique in that sense. Like, people tell you all the time, like, the game is to be sold, not to be told. I just feel like, man, like, that's why we walking around game goofy as fuck anyway. Like, share that shit, man. Like, these niggas is out here lost. So, like, on my Twitter feed, like, I'm gonna give you that. Or I'm gonna talk my shit, or tweet some lyrics or something. But, like, follow me on there if you please.
Hey, man, please follow him, man. I'm telling you, you want to read a good book, man.
Okay.
Bro got it for you. My handles, Instagram and Twitter is Uncle Chinese. It was named by my nieces. You know, his daughter.
Make sure you get the Peddlers.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. We're gonna do that. There's Uncle Chinese on IG.
Yeah.
Uncle Chinese on Twitter. I'm not too heavy on Twitter. I really just retweet all the dope shit he said. Yeah, but Instagram, yeah, I'm a story guy. Like I'm not giving you. You gotta be there in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that Vine moment, like having everybody out there, me, you, Khalid was out there. You know what I'm saying? The pop up, Double was there. Everybody starstruck. You know what I'm saying? He's in the building. You gotta be there. I'm not gonna give you everything. I'm not gonna give you all the characters that's there. You should have been there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody, introduce me to Double. Introduce me to this person. No, you gotta be there. Use the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a story guy though. I don't post too many pictures. You know what I'm saying? The pictures is just.
Yeah, the problem.
It's a time stamp.
Yeah.
I'll let you know. Yeah, I'm out the country. That's about it. I ain't doing too much with that.
Yes.
But the most important handle, Peddlers Pushers on Instagram, Facebook. We also have one, Peddlers and Pushers. Just type it in, it'll pop up. Twitter, we have one. It's pretty much it's gonna be. It lets you know the releases. Once you buy a product from us, you do get you join the a mailing list.
Yeah.
And you'll get first served. As soon as it comes out, as soon as it's on the website, it's an email on your phone.
Gotcha.
As soon as you purchase something, not hand to hand, you go and support us like a regular customer. You're gonna know firsthand.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We about to streamline that too. We about to do a membership.
Yeah, we about to do
where you get access to exclusives and like actual gatherings.
Yeah.
Like
That's what's up.
The pop-up vibes.
Yeah, that's what's up. And then if we go on any of those, we go to it'll get us right to the website.
Yep. Anything can get you to the website. Any handle, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah. Peddlers, it's peddlers&pushers.com. That's it. That's us. You know, it's a lot of spelling, but it's us. We want you to spell it out. We want you to know what we're about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Live in your history. You only gotta spell it once.
Yeah, it's in your history. Once you put it in there, we don't know it. You
Straight
know.
up.
That's what's up. So, man, from me to you guys, man, I appreciate y'all.
Thank you,
Appreciate
man.
for coming.
Thank you.
To change, to adjust, and everything. I appreciate it, man. I mean, don't forget my Bible again, man.
Yeah, that's fire.
Oh, yeah, that's dope, man.
That's fire.
Don't forget.
My head kind of big, so my
Me too,
shit might look a little
man.
different.
But it's a
like-
Bible, so we say it.
Straight up.
We say it. We get a pass.
I want one,
Straight
man.
up.
I don't know if they could do froze.
We're gonna work it out. I'm gonna point you to the picture.
Yeah,
So,
that.
from me to you, man, like I said, never goodbye. I always see you later.
Yeah.
Straight up.
May God be your direction, and we be your seatbelt in this thing called life, or God be your seatbelt and we can be your direction. Until we meet again, man, it's always love, man. Anything you need, just get with me, all right?
Straight up.
Y'all be
Straight up.
cool.